Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Tech Tutorial Tuesday. Today, I'll be showing you how to set default programs based on file type. The most common question I get regarding default programs relates to Adobe and PDF files. So when you're working with a PDF file, of course, the best program to use is some version of Adobe. It's the easiest way to read PDF files, and it's certainly the easiest way to edit PDF files. So if we take a look at my desktop here, we see that I have a PDF file, and if I double click it to open it, it opens up not in an Adobe product, but in Microsoft Edge. So for me personally, and I know for a lot of you guys, opening PDF files in Microsoft or any program other than Adobe doesn't really do you much good. So there's a really easy way to go ahead and set Adobe as your default program for PDF files. So I'm going to close out of this, and to show you how to set a default program, I'm going to go ahead and hit the Windows icon in the lower left of my screen here. And I'm just going to go ahead and start typing default apps. And when I see it pop up under my menu, I'm going to go ahead and open that. So this screen lets you control the default app for every single file type in the system. Here under the first few, I don't see PDF. So I'm going to go ahead and choose default apps by file type. And when I select that, it's going to open up a list of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of file types and allow me to go through, select the file type I'm working with, and choose whatever app I want to be the default for that. So it's going to take a second here for all of them to load, but once it loads, you'll see what I'm talking about. It gives me every single file type. So in this particular instance, again, I'm looking for PDFs, but if you're working with a different file type, Excel or Word, whatever it may be, you're going to go ahead and find it in this list and then choose the default app that you'd like to use. So again, I'm working with PDF, so I'm going to go ahead and scroll all the way down to the P's, and I'm going to find PDF here. And when I go ahead and find it, I'll see that right now the default app is set to Microsoft Edge. Again, that's not what I want, so in order to change it, I'm just going to go ahead and click where it says Microsoft Edge, and it'll show me some recommended apps that work well with this file type. So for a PDF, no surprise, Adobe is here at the top. So I'm just going to go ahead and select that. And just by doing that, I've now changed my default program for PDF files to Adobe. And every time I go back in and click on any sort of PDF file, it should now open in Adobe. So I'm going to go and close out of my default apps screen here. And I'm going to re-click and reopen the same PDF file from the beginning. Actually opened on my other screen, so I'll go ahead and bring it back over here. And now I see that it's the exact same file, but rather than being open in Microsoft Edge, it's now open in Adobe, making it a lot easier for me to read. I can edit it, I can combine it with other files if needed, all things I wouldn't have been able to do in Microsoft Edge. And again, this is how you would do it for a PDF file, but just to show you, if I go back into default apps, let's say I'm working with a Word file, and for some reason it's opening in a program outside of Microsoft Word. Again, I'll have to wait for this list to open, so let's give it a few seconds here. But I'll show you that by scrolling down to a .doc file or docx file, docx maybe, I'll be able to change it to whatever I need. So let's see. .doc. So here it is already set to Word, but again, if for some reason it wasn't, I could just double click and it'll show me all of the apps that I have that are compatible with that file type. And that's it. That's how you change a default program based on file type. And that wraps up this week's video. I hope that helps eliminate some frustrations when it comes to opening certain file types, and I'll see you all next week with another Tech Tutorial Tuesday.